Coaching Tank members for group coaching, and I think we all could use some support. We can all use that camaraderie of, hey, I need some help with some things that are going on in my world, my business, maybe my personal life. I might want to hear what other people are going through because it also helps me. And that's what group coaching is about. So good morning. How are you this morning? It's good to have you. And one of the things that I like to do for group coaching is, sometimes we're not really sure, what we're going to discuss. Like, oh, it just could be I'm here and I'm here to help and support with whatever you need. And that is absolutely correct, because you might need an idea. You might need to, go through some troubleshooting with something that's going on. But I do like to bring at least a subject or a topic so that we can begin to talk around it. Okay. And this morning, I really want to ask everyone how you're doing in our third week of the year now. So, well, no, this is the fourth week. We're in the fourth week of January. Where are you? How are things in your personal life with your time management? How's your focus, right? And a couple of questions that come about in the beginning of the year, and I think we should probably think about them kind of like every single Monday, even though today is Wednesday, right? But the first question is, what is your focus for the week? What is your focus right now for the week? So it's Wednesday. Monday, your focus would be, okay, what do I intend to accomplish by Friday? Or if Saturday is your last day of the week, some people are working all the way through Sunday as well. I know some of us are working 6-7 days a week right now, really no days off. So what is your focus this week? And what do you intend to accomplish by Friday or Saturday? But what blockers do you have? That's what I want to go over today, and also talk about the IPA, which is the focus, along with, fear and overwhelm. That's the FO. Those are the acronyms. So do you want to share? I know it's Ripsime. That's your name, right? I don't want to say it wrong. Ripsime?
Yes, Ripsime.
Ripsime, good morning.
Good morning.
How are things with you?
Busy and hectic. I missed all of my the coaching with you the whole first week in October, but I finally found the Facebook, and Felix accepted me.
Oh, good.
But I'm here now, so I saw your the Facebook. I got the notification, so I jumped on it.
Fabulous. I find that a lot of folks have kind of said they can't find us, and I'm like, you're all there. We've got you. We're ready to go. And you know what? You're here for a reason. You're here for a purpose. And this is what group coaching is about. Group coaching is for, sometimes it's going to be a small group. Sometimes you're just going to get the one-on-one coaching, which would be really great, because you get that opportunity to let's just talk about what's going on. So you're hectic, you're busy. What kind of busy is going on for you?
A lot of personal stuff, and then I am stuck on a client that we've been working on with my partner Michelle. That's on a commercial building for like the past 6 months. My client is difficult, so we keep changing lenders. My client keeps changing his mind. Yeah, and then on top of that, I do property management, so I've been dealing with that as well. And then I was dealing with some personal health issues. But yeah, other than that, just trying to get focused in the new year. So I'm really excited about the coachings that you're offering with Felix. Got to get really focused, like you were saying. So that's just what I'm trying to do, is just to get focused. too
I'm
much
with
to
you.
say.
Yeah. Sometimes our focus, what happens is there's the saying that I don't think is new for everybody, but it could be. And it's what you focus on, that what you're honing in on, what you focus on, it expands. Whatever we focus on, it expands. Whatever we don't have our eye on, it becomes a non-event, right? So
Yeah.
sometimes it's put upon us regardless to have a certain focus because we have to. It's a fire. You have to focus on the fire. The situation with property management, I know because I've done property management for many years and I know how that can be. And having a difficult client can pull you into that focus. And then we have to go back and go, okay, hold on a second, right? What is my focus for the week? That's already going on. The client that you have to deal with will have, I want more than one client. You want more than one client. So if you're working with 5, 6, 7, 10, 12 clients all at once, they all have their mini focuses. But what is your focus for this week? It's like, we want to go, my focus for the week. It's if your week starts on Sunday and you end on Friday, then what is that? And what do I intend? It's about the intention. What do I intend to accomplish by Friday? And then what's blocking me, right? So if a client is just difficult, they're just difficult.
Yeah.
That's just them. They're the ones that are challenged, right? But do you have any blockers right now that are keeping you from the focus that you have for we're just going to go week by week? Was there anything blocking you this week that was keeping you from what you intended to still do by Saturday?
Somewhat.
And what kinds of things are you willing to share? What's blocking?
That's what I was saying. I was like, I wasn't ready to share anything today. I had a little a minor surgery, so I was actually just kind of resting in bed.
Oh, okay.
Wanted to
Rest.
listen. I wanted to more listen in. But this week I was just resting, and I was just gonna meet with my partner Michelle and go over some things. So I'm still trying to see if I could at least accomplish that by the end of the week.
Well, you know what, that you answered it right there. I think a lot of times I can actually confess to the fact that I struggle with resting.
I'm sure you do. You seem you're always up and going. You're always energetic. You always have going on. So I could see it would be so hard for you to just turn off.
It is hard to turn off. That is, it's a constant battle actually. To rest, it feels as if, I'm not being productive, right? I'm always look at my shirt, that's my favorite shirt, hustle and grind. I put that hustle and grind shirt on and it's like, let's go. What am I supposed to be doing? I shouldn't be idle. And I don't want to be idle. I want to be always productive. But your focus to rest is important because that's going to be part of your healing process mentally, physically, spiritually, all the way around, helps everybody else that you're involved with in your circle. Because if you're doing well, then everyone else feels that you're doing well and doesn't feel that you're stressed or just maybe you're agitated because you're not rested, you're not completely well. And so that's important. So I want you to rest.
Very important.
Rest. You enjoy your rest. And today, when we do group coaching, it's really about those that want to come and be part of it. And I really wanted to talk today about IPA and this focus that we need to be really thinking about on a consistent basis, but we struggle with it as entrepreneurs. We struggle with IPA, which is income producing activities. It's not the beer, because there's a beer, IPA beer.
I know.
There's an IPA beer. Do you drink that?
There is.
But income producing activities are the hardest things for a real estate professional to do. It just seems to be such a draining type of a thing because it's either all or nothing. You either find what you like to do or you just can't seem to figure it out. And most people think about kind of like the top things for IPA, these top things. Number one, cold calling. So, okay, if you're not a cold caller, then what are you going to do? We have to be deciding and making a decision every single day and for the week as to what our focus is going to be for income producing activities, because I could be doing all kinds of other things that are non-income. So our non-income producing activities, I have a huge long list of non-income, tons. And I can work on those first, right?
Yeah.
But the income producing activities, we tend to just, I don't know, because it's always going to be something that maybe we feel uncomfortable with or doesn't seem to give us an immediate result. I get an immediate result when I do the non-income because, okay, good, that's done. See, check. Look, I
All
produced.
right.
And we feel really good when we check off boxes. I mean, most of us are, check, 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 check.
Yeah.
But there's a movie, don't know if a lot of people have seen this movie with Will Smith, and it's called The Pursuit of Happiness.
Oh, I love that movie.
That movie, I will never forget how his wife would call him out on the fact that he would come back in with these, things that he was supposed to be selling. Why do you still have them? Like, what did you do today to get rid of them? Did you do anything today to try to get it sold? And that's what an income producing activity is what am I doing to get income in my pocket? Ching, ching, ching. What am I working on for the ching, ching, ching? What am I working? I'm working on my blog. I'm working on my Facebook posts. I'm working on my newsletter. I'm working on that. And at the end of the day, you're still holding those things and didn't sell anything. You didn't talk to anybody. You didn't have a conversation with anybody about real estate, right? So income producing activities. And I wanted to share some ideas because there's tons of them. I mean, we could sit here and just go over a gazillion of them. There is I'm going to share it on the screen. There is something on Breakthrough Broker, which I think it's available to everyone for free. So it's not something that's not available. And I'm hoping that you guys can see it. This is in Breakthrough Broker. And all it is powerful prospecting activities. Okay. Mm-hmm. And it's got how many? 105.
A lot.
So it's not like we can't be doing something, right? We can always be working on something. But we have to pick what works for us. And we have to kind of get to a place where, okay, that feels good to me. There's no way we're going to do them all. But if there's 105, obviously there's something for everybody. Because I can't do an open house today. Or I could if I had a listing and I wanted to do a twilight open house. Most people are not doing floor duty or, picking up phone calls at an office. I could go door knocking, and I'm going to stop right there because I want to give everybody an idea about door knocking. If door knocking is not for you, but you need a twist to a door knocking, which becomes an income producing activity. We should be going out and previewing property. So if you're not out previewing property, and I'm not talking about just scrolling your MLSs to see what's out there, that's market watching, that's learning about the market, and that's important. So you should know what's going on in your zip code, in your town, where you work, and where you want to answer a question, how's the market? But if you're not previewing property, you're not getting in to find out what people are doing to their homes, what kind of upgrades are being done, what's not being done, why that property has been sitting on the market for a really long time, etc. Okay. And after done previewing a piece of property, which you should be previewing a minimum of 2 to 3 a day. It's part of our work. Now that's non-income activity. So how do I turn a non-income activity into an income producing activity? Well, I need to go out and meet people. I need to go have a conversation with someone that I can build rapport with, or, get into curiosity of whether they are owners or they're renters. Once you're done previewing property, that property could very well be a home that's been sitting on the market for 2 weeks. It could also be a property that you're thinking, this one's about to expire. I want to find out what's going on. It's 60 days on the market. It's, almost maybe 90 days on the market, and perhaps maybe it might expire soon. Okay. So you choose. If you go out to preview a piece of property and it's brand new on the market, it's fresh, and maybe you even know, because you live in the area, you watch that area, there has been no open houses yet. Okay, I'm going to go preview, and they're allowing you to preview. So you go. Whether it's vacant or not, doesn't matter. Now, the income producing activity is knocking on doors. Oh, I hate knocking doors, MJ. Ugh. Okay, well, I'm not a love of it anymore either. I think times have changed, but I've knocked hundreds and thousands of doors in my career. So you go and you knock on the door, 5 doors to one side, 5 doors to the other side, if that's the way the street goes, and maybe 5 doors to the front. So now you've gone to 15 different homes. And when you knock on those doors, you're asking those people if they've seen the house, if they have any questions about the house that's listed, if they've had an opportunity to, maybe there was an open house. Did you get an opportunity to go to the open house? I had a house 3 doors down from me go up for sale, and I previewed it online and everything because it's in my neighborhood, but I didn't get to go to the open house because I was working. So it's going to happen. The people are not going to be able to go. I'm going to ask those people if they've seen the house, if they have any questions about the house, if they know anybody that's thinking about living close to them, living in this neighborhood. How do you like living here? How long have you lived here? Do you own? Do you rent? I'm having conversations now, and now it's just become an income producing activity. Because if you want to check off boxes, you can say, oh, I had 15 conversations today, if all 15 people open the door. I want to find out if they do own the property, which many of them will be owners. And a lot of people are doing what? Working from home. Where when I was knocking doors, nobody was home. During the day, nobody was home. You had to go at
Right.
6, 7 o'clock at night when everybody was home because they were coming home for work. Okay, everybody's home now. I'm home. Okay. So now I want to find out, are you curious as to what upgrades they've done in that property? Would you like to compare them to what you've done to your property? Oh, never thought about that. How long have you lived in your home? Well, I've lived here for 15 years. Fabulous. What types of upgrades and new appointments have you done to your home? Have you done any remodeling? Are you thinking about doing any remodel? Now I'm having a conversation and I'm finding out what's going on. In the event that person, owner or renter, would like to see the property, I take them. Would you want to go see it? Do you want to go see it? Because I still have permission to take somebody in there if you'd like. I'm happy to take you to go see it. Why don't we go preview it together, and you can, compare some of the things they've done. You can see their yard. You can see, their updated kitchen, and you can compare it to yours. And now I'm having a great conversation with somebody about real estate. It works all the time, not some of the time, all the time.
Okay.
So I'm going to find somebody that either owns it or a renter. And if that renter is somebody that, well, how long have you lived here? Oh, I've been renting here for 2 years. Okay, fabulous. How do you like living here? Oh, I really like living here. If you could buy the house that you're living in, would you? No, probably not. Why not? Oh, it's not the layout for me. It's too big. It's too small. I need a bed. Now they're having a conversation with you. Income producing activity was turned into a non-income producing activity. I learned about the market. I previewed a property. I'm going to figure out whether it's overpriced or not overpriced. Maybe I'll bring a buyer to it. And now I've talked to 5, 10, 15 people. That's it. So door knocking turned into a really good activity where you're not door knocking going, hi, I'm a realtor.
Mhm.
And I don't
Yeah.
know, who's looking to buy or sell. No, I'm previewing property. Have you seen it? What do you know about it? Who do you know that's looking to live in this area? Have you thought about selling? And if you could sell, where would you move to next? What's keeping you in California? What's keeping you in Washington? What's keeping you in Boston? What do you like about it here? What do you think a buyer would like to say, or what would you like to say to a buyer about moving next door? What's great about this community? What could I say to that buyer that I'm going to bring? Have a conversation. So now I've had 15 conversations with one preview. And if it worked, we're supposed to have 10, minimum of 10 contacts a day and conversations. So with 1, 2, and 3 powerful prospecting activities, I knocked it out of the park. And I think that's the question that we all need to ask ourselves is, what am I focusing on this week? What do I intend to accomplish by Friday, by Saturday? What are my blockers? What is blocking me? Is it because I don't like doing that? Okay, well, then there's how many more? There's like 99 more left, or 103 activities left that we can figure out that we can do that are going to get us closer to ching, 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 money in my pocket. Otherwise, I'm just doing a lot of non-income activities, very busy work. The busy work doesn't make me money. So I want to feel busy, but I want to feel busy doing what? Listing and selling properties, consulting with people who want to sell, consulting with people who want to buy, having appointments, meeting with people, having conversations that introduce me to other people. The busy work, if that takes up 6 to 7 hours of my day, then I didn't really do anything. I came home with those things and I brought them home. I didn't sell anything.
Yeah.
I didn't even have a good conversation with anyone about real estate because I was stuck in my computers, and I have 3 computers here, and I just felt so good. And at the end of the day, my son, who has learned, because he's 23 years old now, and I would teach him, Mommy, what did you do today to list or sell property? Nothing. Because we would do that when we were back in the day, and I'd say he would be my little accountability buddy. And so who is that accountability for you that says, what did you do today to list or sell a property? What did you do today to get an appointment? What? So I previewed 1 piece of property. I previewed 2. I knocked a few doors. I found 5 people home total, and I had 5 conversations. I got a lead. I built rapport. Somebody referred me. Maybe nothing happened. It doesn't matter. I still had a conversation about my business. I gave out some cards. People saw my name tag. People saw my hat. I gave them some information about the market. And now I feel a little bit, let's just say, more accomplished. I feel like my focus for the week was to have 25 conversations. Hi, Melissa, welcome. And now I'm closer because I have 5. And today is Monday. So
Yes.
now we have 20 more conversations to go, right?
Yeah.
So that's one idea of turning non-income producing activities into an income producing activity. That's just one.
Yeah. That
Just
was a
one.
good example. Thank you.
You're welcome. And I hope it helps you, because all you have to do is one. You could preview 1 property and see what you get, right? It's not going to hurt, because we're not begging for business, and we're not in this desperate mode. We're in, hey, did you see the house? What do you know about that house? Do you know those neighbors? Have you ever been in their house? Did you see the kitchen? Have you seen their yard?
Mm.
What have you done to your yard? And it just strikes up conversation. And then, of course, if they've rented, then you can find out if they've rented or not. And that's the same thing with commercial is a different avenue. I don't know. You must sell commercial. My husband sells commercial, and I have in the past. Whole different way of income producing, but we still do that.
Mhm.
Next one is like pop buys. So individual and business, right? We can go and visit people. Now, we're going to actually be having a big workshop that's coming up, and I'm going to be sharing a really big program that I have used for years, since the 90s, that generates business without shadow of a doubt, just like the number 3 that I just gave you guys. Because I need new business. How many of us like need right now? I need new blood. Everybody that already knows me don't have anything to give me. And my past
Mhm.
clients, they just love me, but you know, I don't want to keep going back to them over and over and over, right? So we need new blood, we need new business, right? Melissa, welcome in. This is group coaching. So this is about you, and Ripsame and I have already had a nice conversation. So you are welcome to tell me what's going on with you. You're welcome to say, hey, I want some one-on-one coaching. I've got some challenges with focus right now on income producing activities. Share a scenario, and I'm here, and it's open. It's open for you to chat, and I'm open here to help you. And don't be shy, because this is how we grow. This is how we learn. I had also mentioned in the message that I put on Facebook was, you know, do you've got some FO going on? The FO is fear and overwhelm. Fear and overwhelm. How many of us are going through some fear, personal fears, business fears, about just all of it, and maybe just overwhelmed? This could be overwhelming in itself, right? 105 things of different things that I'm supposed to be doing. You just got to pick the ones that are going to work for you, because not everybody's going to do direct mail, and not everybody's going to do newsletters and e-newsletters, phone calls and face-to-face meetings. Notice that these are like the top 10 of different types of income producing activities that we should be doing. One of the ones that I wanted to bring up this morning, and I'm going to stop the share here really quick, and I'll put it back on. This is on Breakthrough Broker. But I guess our real focus right now is 3 simple things. We got to keep the simple. Simple solves the complex. There's a KISS, keep it simple, stupid, that they talk about, and it's an acronym. I like to say simple solves the complex. We're not going to just get rid of like our business plans or anything that we did, because we've already put our business plans in place. But what are you obsessed with right now, you guys? What are you obsessed with doing every single day? That focus of, I intend on getting this done by Friday, by Saturday, and I'm obsessed with these 3 simple things. So I want you guys to think about this right now, and think about how maybe the first thing should be, okay, how many homes am I going to sell in 2023? I'm going to list them or I'm going to sell them. Doesn't matter whether it's land, mobile homes, whether you're a probate specialist, a divorce specialist, a commercial specialist, a land specialist, residential, condo, whatever. It is, how many am I going to sell in 2023? How many? Okay, that's keeping the simple down to solving the complex. And then what is the one thing, the one lever, the one thing that you need to move, call it the lever, that you have to be doing, that you have to start doing, and that you need to do more of, or you just need to be consistent, because you know that'll make it happen. And that's why I said, okay, guys, how's your time management? Yes, thank you, Melissa. How's your time management for these things? Like time blocking, amen, amen for that one, okay? My time management, all right. So we're focused on the non-producing activities because it makes us feel good, but I need to be looking at the lever. What do I need to be moving constantly? Yeah, time management. And we tend, it's very simple and it's very easy, because we work for ourselves and I don't have a boss. Let me tell you, if I have no structure, I fail. I don't just crash and burn, I fail. I don't want to fail, but I fail forward constantly unless I'm putting into place exactly what I'm supposed to be doing. There's a lever that needs to be moving. Structure is key. And I need to be telling myself how to move that lever and what I need to be doing every single day. And what income producing activity will I focus on, and what do I intend on accomplishing by Friday, and what's blocking me? If we all have time to work, and you're blessed with the opportunity with time to work, and you wake up in the morning and you have breath in your lungs, and you can stand, talk, eat, you can see, and you can think, you have abilities to now do what you need to do. You need to start doing it, right? So I want you guys to think about what you need to be obsessed with. I need to be obsessed over doing these things that are going to propel me forward in my personal life. My personal life is going to be so much better if I just keep my focus on what it is that I want and what's going to change me. What is going to change me changes my business. Whatever I focus on will expand, right? So, okay, income producing activities. I don't want to have fear and overwhelm about these activities that I need to do. And I'll put it back up on the screen in just a little bit, because I just gave Ripsame an idea about the very third thing, door knocking. I hate door knocking. I hope I gave you something now to not hate door knocking anymore. Okay. And then thirdly, what's the one thing that you want to have happen in your personal life in 2023 that's going to have the highest impact on you? The highest impact on you as a result of taking the above action and hitting the number of homes sold. Because we're in business to sell houses. I'm not in business, sadly enough, to be a social media digital creator. But that's going to get me business. But if that's my only focus, I need to get back to the simple, and I'm obsessed with listing and selling properties. And this is how many I'm going to do. So what's the one thing that you might want to have happen in your personal life? And it might be changing the way you look at what you do with your time and what your focus is, because I too need structure. Do you have, like I have my, I know you guys can't see it because I have the green screen thing on, but I have my schedule and it's got Monday through Saturday. It tells me exactly what I'm supposed to be doing. Okay, well, that seems really simple to do, but how many of us fail forward because nobody's holding me accountable? Who is going to hold you accountable? Well, if you don't sell anything and you don't list anything and you have a significant other that's making sure that you eat, then that probably could keep you from moving forward. If you knew that no matter what, if you didn't sell anything, you're not going to eat, you probably would change the fact that that has to get done. A lot of us have worked in corporate America. Perhaps we're used to maybe getting a paycheck. Some of us could still be getting a paycheck if you have a part-time job and whatever. But if it's not what you're obsessed with, you need to change your obsession of no, that's only part-time. That does keep food on the table and so forth, right? Time management needs to be focused on the three things that you are obsessed with. Three simple things. So if I were to look at your schedule, Melissa, are you willing to share? Does your schedule reflect what you're obsessed with? That's the question. No. Okay. And we can change that really quick, because if you two girls right now would say, I'm going to write it down. She's right. I need to figure out what I am obsessed with in this business. I'm in the business for a reason. I'm in the business because I love people. Because I love to help and educate people. I'm in the business to make money. Sorry. Okay. So I like the pretty answer and I like all of that. And I'm a very sweet and kind and loving person. If you guys get to know me, I think you would just love me to death and I would love you right back. Okay. But there is a side to me that is that business person. That is the obsession. I'm here to make money. And if you're obsessed with that in the right context, okay, let's keep it in the right context, then my obsession should be, I need to meet more people. So when I look at my time management and my schedule, does it show that I'm obsessed with wanting to meet people face to face? Does it show that I'm obsessed with having and making appointments and setting appointments? Am I obsessed with previewing property and learning the market because I'm obsessed with that so that I can go educate people, so I can go talk to people? What are you obsessed with? Your calendar should be showing what you're obsessed with. Okay. Now I'm going to go back to the sheet that I had so that you guys can see it. And of course I'll share it. This is Breakthrough Broker. None of this is a secret. None of it. So when you look at all of these, and they'll pop up in just a second. I think they will. There we go. It's exhausting to look at this. This is where fear and overwhelm come in. And now it's the 4th week of January. Do you have a listing? Do you have an escrow? Do you have anybody that's thinking about listing with you? Do you have a new pipeline? What's your pipeline look like? Right? So then the fear and the overwhelm comes in. Oh my gosh, how am I going to pay my bills? The bills just keep coming. They're never going to go away. And then we're overwhelmed with there's too much to do, but we have to pick one because whatever you focus on expands. So, okay, you can't do open houses every day, but when you can, are you doing them? Is that for you? It should be, because that becomes a satellite office for you to go and have people come to you. Don't worry about whether they work with you or don't work with you. Sellers are watching you. The neighborhood is watching to see how it is you present yourself, what your delivery is, how many signs you put out, how you promoted the property. And when that seller comes in just to check you out, they're going to either make a connection with you or really be watching that they like how you work. So it's a great satellite office. All right, so face-to-face meetings and appointments, are you obsessed with that? Does your calendar say that? If not, let's change that and put it in your schedule every day. What am I going to be doing to go and meet new people? Handwritten notes. All right, I'm going to give you an idea right now. People are always having life events. So if you're a Facebook person or an Instagram person, which of course I know most of us are, we should be looking for people's life events. And as they have life events, wouldn't you love to get a handwritten note about your life event or a life event for your child or your husband or something that happened in your world, and somebody were to send you a handwritten note? I'm talking about the people that you know that you could go out of your way and figure out by sending them a handwritten note. Okay, so we should be paying attention to life events. What about home anniversaries? So Ripsame and Melissa, share with me if you've already been in the business for a while and you do have past clients. It's either yes or no, right? So do you have past clients?
Yes.
Yes. Melissa, do you have past clients? Because if you do, we should be going back to them, obviously, about their home anniversaries. I have a client coming up. I can't wait for their home anniversary. It's coming up in February. I'm super excited about it. What am I going to do to make them feel good? I want them to remember that event and me with the event. Okay. So if you don't even have that on your schedule, I'm giving that to you right now. You just be honest with yourself and say, you know what, it's true. I probably have it in my CRM. It's somewhere. It's January. So if you didn't miss anybody in the first 4 weeks for an anniversary, you need to go through everybody that you can right now and put all your peeps, all of your people, all of your past clients, and go, when did I sell John's house, Bob's house, Mary's house, Martha's house, this LLC, this company, that whatever? Oh, we did it in this day, this day. Go back and do that research and then reconnect and say, wow, it's been 5 years since I've spoken with you. It's your 5th year anniversary. It's your 4-year anniversary, life event, homeversarys. Okay, that should be something that's happening now because it's the beginning of the year. Okay, now, people that you have also had those anniversaries with, and you're feeling a little bit like, gosh, I haven't talked to them for like 5 years, 7 years, 10 years, even if it's been a year and you're, okay, good, I made it. What about updating their CMA right now? So you should be updating their CMA, letting them know where the market is and how well their stock is working for them. That's their stock. That's an asset. It's either gone up a little bit or it's the same in value. Okay. And one of the things we used to do was we would go and put balloons out and do home bursaries and put it on their mailbox or whatever, and put up a little sign and say, happy anniversary to the Smith family for their 1 year. And then we would just put the number or whatever. And then we'd put out balloons and put up a sign. And it was my business, my company with the sign. All that was doing was, and they would let me do it. You know, you bring them champagne, you bring them a basket, you bring them something. Can I just put that sign up here? I'll be back in like the weekend or whatever, in 3 or 4 days, and I'll take it down. What was happening? Everybody in the neighborhood that was driving by was seeing that that was done. So now I've done something to get my name out there, and I still visited somebody. Okay. So that's face-to-face meetings, going and visiting them, finding out what's going on in their world, handwritten notes to people about their life events and so forth. Income producing activities need to get me closer to ching, ching, ching. Blogging and Facebook posts and all this other busy work could be in your schedule, but is it showing what you're really obsessed with? I mean, how many houses are you going to sell this year? That was my first question. How many? If that's in your business plan, you know what, you guys, in this market right now, we have to talk to double the people, triple the people in our pipeline right now to be able to get the amount of transactions that we want to get. So it's going to take major structure, excuse me, in our calendar to show that we're obsessed with those things. Melissa. Go for it, girl. Talk to me. I know you got off of mute, so I just want to make sure that you knew you were off of mute, and you are welcome. Oh, Popeyes. Yeah, Popeyes with a gift. Absolutely. Most definitely. Popeyes are great. I mean, Popeyes are great. You know, for sale by owners, I don't know how many are out there wherever you girls work. So I don't know where you work and what cities you work, but for sale by owners, no, are not popping up a lot in my area. We do have expireds and people that are withdrawn. What about those that are also canceled? People that have expired and withdrawn in the marketplace and their listings have canceled, they're frustrated. They're frustrated with the market. They're frustrated with their agent. They either got lowball offers, they didn't get any offers, all kinds of emotions. The last thing that they want, in all honesty, is another phone call from another realtor with a script. I think they would like somebody that would come and share some information, find out what's going on with them, a knock on the door, drop something off of value that just simply kind of gets into their world to see what's going on and what's changed for them. Eventually they're going to sell, or they've decided not to sell. But why did they cancel altogether? So they need a different kind of meeting. An income producing activity for an expired and a withdrawn is a pop buy, not a phone call. Plus, we're really not supposed to be soliciting those people according to some of the laws in different states when it comes to expireds. So if you pop by, what kind of gift could you give to an expired withdrawn? They're still under agency, so we're not supposed to be messing with them. But an expired and a canceled, what kind of pop by gift could we be giving somebody? They've expired, they're angry, they're disgruntled, their listing is canceled. I'm going to pop by. Different type of pop by, because a pop by is usually, as Brian Buffini says, somebody that you're connecting with and reconnecting with. But can you pop by somebody that you don't know and give them something? Of course you can. What would you give them? What could you give them? Ideas? If it were you, what would you want to get? I mean, I've had people literally drop by and give a card with like a little, we used to do this, and it was just a package of candies, like a little thing of candies. And the candies were Starbursts and now or laters. You guys ever eat an hour later? So a Starburst was just because it was kind of similar to the other one, and it was more on a positive note. And then the now or later is, you know what, whether you would like some support now or some support later, we're here to answer any questions that you have. Here's what's locally going on in your marketplace. I happen to be a neighbor. I'm really sorry that your home didn't sell. And it's more of an empathetic type of a note and a card. And we used to get people call us back and say, thanks for the candies. I was glad for just thanks for the candies. And then of course we stay in touch with them and see what's going on. Okay. Get creative with who you are and what you're doing, right? These kinds of things, as far as income producing activities, client appreciation parties, where you volunteer and all of this, coach your kids' soccer team, annual updates for the CMAs, circle prospecting. I'm going to stop right here with these and kind of help you out. What are you obsessed with? That's my question. If you have fear and overwhelm, I don't want you to have fear and overwhelm. We want to get over that. One of the reasons why we're overwhelmed is because we're not organized and we think we have to do too much instead of maybe only focusing and honing in on what my attentions are for the rest of the week. So at this point in time, let's talk about like a circle prospecting. So if you don't have any listings, okay, then I'm going to use somebody else's listing, just like previewing property. And by circle prospecting, if you are a person that likes to make phone calls and you're able to get those numbers and so forth, and you're using Vulcan 7, RedX, Mojo Dialer, any type of way that you can pull people's numbers, okay? There's also Cole Realty Resource. You guys heard of that? So I've mentioned Vulcan 7, RedX, Cole Realty Resource. I believe you can also do it with maybe Boomtown and maybe KV Core as far as like circle prospecting, and get some names and phone numbers and just circle the area. There is a home listed near your area. Are you still living in the Mountain Gate area or the Fairview Estates area? Do you still live there? I don't know what you're talking about, whatever. Okay, you're going to sift and sort, but use someone else's listing to simply say there's a home listed in your neighborhood. It's been on the market for 30 days. It's a single story home. Are you living in a 2-story or a single story? Are you looking for a single story? Do you know somebody who's looking for a 2-story with a loft? Those are just really easy conversations to have with somebody. And if they hang up, they hang up. You just go to the next one. But I use other people's listings to simply say there is a listing. Why do we wait and say, oh, I'm so overwhelmed. I don't have any listings, so I can't circle prospect. Can't do that. Well, yeah, you can. Okay. So think about what listing right now you should have, and it's in your neighborhood, and dang it, you don't have it, and you want a listing just like that. So simply start to circle prospect or do what I mentioned earlier, go preview the property and go knock doors. Because sadly enough, the listing agent, seller's agents aren't doing it. They're not. They're not. That could be you. You could raise your hand and go, that's me sometimes. When I list a property, I don't go knock doors and tell everybody about my listing. So it goes back to, what are you obsessed with? Your schedule should be saying what you're obsessed with every single day. And if I were to come back, and I really want you girls to go back and look at your schedule and say, these are the 3 things I'm obsessed with. My schedule is now going to represent this obsession. It has everything to do with meeting people, appointments, previewing property, having conversations with people, writing notes, catching up, following up, right? You should be obsessed with those things. I know my buyer's agent right now, she sends me her schedule every Sunday night, every 2 weeks. I know what she's doing for the next 2 weeks. Okay. You should have your schedule set out for the next 2 weeks. And it should include when you're off, when you have a baby shower, when you have a wedding, when you have a family event for your son, your daughter, your significant other, that's fine. But the days that you work, what are you doing? If you had an assistant, I don't know if either of you have an assistant. If you have an assistant, you're paying them to do what you want them to do to get a result. And if they don't do it, you're probably going to fire them at the end of the day, because I'm paying you to do that. Why didn't you do that? I asked you to do it. You're not doing it. Well, what is it that you want me to do? If you don't give them clear instruction and it's just supposed to be like, okay, I guess that's what I do, then they have no direction. So on your schedule, it should be clear what you're doing today. 100%. Without shadow of a doubt, I should be able to look at each of your schedules and she should say, wow, she's really obsessed with meeting people. She gets up, she gets out. And we're talking about the business, right? In your personal life, what is your obsession and what are you focused on that's going to make the biggest impact for you in what you want your business to look like? Because your personal life is huge. If you're not happy, if you don't enjoy what you're doing, you're not going to go out and do these things, right? I'm only at 18. Look at how many there are. So I don't want you to have the fear and overwhelm. I want you to go through something like this, and I want you to kind of make a decision and say, these are the 3 simple things that I'm obsessed with doing and adding into my schedule for my income producing activity. I will IPA every day, MJ. I IPA every day. I do a great job at it. These are my top things that I do and I enjoy doing. And I'm obsessed with these 3 simple things, obsessed with them, right? Print advertising, social media, pulling and pushing information. Do you have an entire structure of what that looks like so that it's getting you the feedback that you want? The only reason we have fear and overwhelm is because we don't know what's going to happen next for ourselves sometimes in our daily structure. Nonetheless, where our next paycheck is going to come from. I was talking to a gal that I coach. We talked last week, Thursday, and she said, MJ, I'm unemployed. I don't like that feeling. So if you 2 girls, are you unemployed right now? Do you have listings? Do you have escrows? Let me know. Thumbs up, thumbs down. If not, you're unemployed. So she was, okay, I'm getting nervous because I don't have any new business. I don't have anybody in my pipeline from last year that's getting ready to do anything. I don't have, and I said, no, we're going to get rid of that fear. What are we obsessed with now, between now and the next 2 weeks? Break it down in small chunks and don't think that you have to plan out the entire year. 2 weeks at a time is good enough. I don't even know what's going to happen tomorrow. As far as life is concerned, anything can change on a dime, but I do have my schedule, and it shows you that I'm obsessed with meeting people face to face, getting into new businesses and talking to them, finding out what's going on with these new businesses, doing some follow-up with people even from last year's open houses that I don't think have bought anything. Do you see what I mean? Who am I going to send a handwritten note out to today? What life events are happening? People. I'm in the people business. So I need to connect with people, and I'm obsessed with people and having people talk about me. I'm obsessed with people referring business to me. I'm obsessed with people wanting to meet with me. Do you see what I mean? That's what I'm obsessed with. So with that obsession, I'm going to get a listing. I'm going to get a buyer consultation. I'm going to get a referral. I'm going to build rapport enough that when they're ready, they're thinking of me. Okay. So I keep going and going, okay, blogging, hand out business cards. Where am I going to hand out business cards? That has to be very strategic at a networking event or somewhere where it's going to benefit me. Okay. Email drip campaigns, 8x8 campaigns, REO and HUD bank listings, attend public trustee sales. Have you guys done that? Have you ever been to a public trustee sale? Oh, MJ, I'm going to highlight that. What the heck is that? That's where people show up and have cashier's checks ready to go buying property. I remember we used to do that back in between 2006 and 2010, 2012, like for a good 6 years. And my husband would go down to the public trustee sales and he would say, oh my gosh, I meet so many people there. And half of those people, if not a good 80% of them, don't have realtors. They're just there ready to buy cash. Then if they buy the property cash, they're looking for a realtor to represent them, and who would get listings? No, MJ, that's not real. It's real. Okay. So I'm obsessed with meeting new people, getting out there face to face, getting my hair done, getting all dolled up, dressed up, ready to go. Are you ready for business? That obsession should also show up in what time you get up, what time you've eaten, all you've already done your workout, your wellness, and I'm dressed and ready at what time? And I'm ready to go. Somebody calls me, I'm ready to go. If not, I already know what I'm going to be doing. Income producing activities are not the busy work. They're the face-to-face, talk to people, ching ching in my pocket. And that obsession needs to start showing up in the structure of your time management. Trade shows, home shows, host an informational seminar talk, go to trade shows and home shows. You need to be where people are. What's happening in your world, wherever you live. I don't know where you live, Melissa, or Ripsmay, I don't know where you live. What's going on?
I'm in Glendale.
You're in Glendale.
Glendale,
Fine.
California.
When you're feeling better and you're up to it and your schedule starts to represent that you're back out in the world of doing that work, where could you go where people are? Because wherever the people are, that's where I want to be. Is there anything coming up, Melissa, in your area or Ripsmay that you can think about? Any kind of events. Trade shows and home shows. There is a builder show in Las Vegas coming up. And I thought about going. Why? Because people are going there to get ideas about what are going in model homes. Right? So I want to go where people are. Now that's outside of my territory, but do you guys ever go to builder shows or anything that's happening in your cities or your towns, the LA County Fair, things like that? And you wear your hat, you wear your shirt, you go, what people are fixing up their house, doing things, that's where the people are. I need to be where people are. I might be the only realtor there. I overhear conversations. I tell them, what market do you live in? Where are you from? Where are you visiting from? I'm from here. I'm from over there. Are you putting a spa in your backyard? Are you updating your backyard? Are you remodeling? Fabulous. How long have you lived in your home? I'm in sales, for crying out loud. So I should be having more conversations with people. Doesn't have to sound salesy. I don't think I'm very salesy when I'm just having a conversation with people wherever they are. Okay. So we need to be where the people are. That's the point of number 30. Network with affiliate providers, CPAs, attorneys, and insurance agents. I'm going to stop here. Notice how many more there are. And I'm just letting you know, I don't even have to go that far. And I already know that I can put this in my schedule. You girls can find more than 3, but I want you to find what you love and what you know you can be doing and what intention you're going to have between now and next week. Not even this week, because we're talking here on Wednesday. What are you going to do the following week? And what are your intentions? What are you going to accomplish? What are you obsessed with? So let's go to networking with affiliate providers. This goes back to what I'm going to be teaching in our new workshop that's actually coming up. Do you have a CPA? Do you have 2 CPAs? Do you have 3 CPAs? And each CPA should specialize in something specific. What do you mean something specific? Somebody is really good with LLCs. Somebody's really good with insolvencies. Somebody's really good with people who have multiple businesses. They all should have their own specialties. Not just, any CPA can do taxes all day long. Taxes are coming up. They're very busy people, are they not, between now and tax season? So it's going to be really tough for them because they're busy, and they're usually always busy. I want to be talking to CPAs. How can I help you? Many times those CPAs, excuse me, are telling people, you know what, you need some write-offs, dude. You need to be investing in property because you're just paying through the nose. Why don't you have any more assets? You should be investing in real estate. You need to go buy another property. Happens all the time. Do you have a good realtor? So CPAs, I start with a CPA. You shouldn't just have 1, you should have 3. So an income producing activity, I'm not going to be overwhelmed. I'm not going to have fear. I'm going to do what? I'm going to go do a pop by to a CPA. How can I help you or any of your clients? What is your specialty? How can I help your business? I need a good CPA. What is your specialty? Face-to-face conversation, drop off a little something. I checked off the box. I'm obsessed with what? Meeting people, adding resources to me. The more resources I have, the more valuable I become. People are going to call me all the time because I have everybody that they need. I know everybody and I'll introduce them to them. So you need an attorney. How many attorneys do you have right now in your back pocket? 1, 2, 5. I have one that does trust. I have one that does estates. I have one that does bankruptcy. I have one that helps with probate. I have a divorce attorney. Okay, I have all these attorneys. I have an attorney that helps form corporations and LLCs. What else? What other type of attorney do I need? I need a general real estate attorney to answer questions. What other type of attorney do I need? I need an injury attorney, somebody that fell on the house. What do I do? Somebody fell. Do you see my point? So I can't just have one attorney. I need lots of attorneys. And then those attorneys naturally are going to call me and say, hey, MJ, I got a client right now. I told them to give you a call because this is what's going on in their life and whatever. Do they have their own personal realtor that they're going to be calling? Most of the time they don't. So they just say, you need to go find a realtor. But when they do, then they're calling you. See, an income producing activity needs to be a focused obsession on what it is you're after. That's why all of this shouldn't be fear and overwhelm. It should be harnessed focus for what you're doing every single day and what you choose to accomplish at the end of the week. Does that make sense? Thumbs up, thumbs down. So I stopped where? At 32 out of 105. And we could keep going. And these are all about prospecting activities, income producing. I'm going to turn them in. It says turning over all the rocks, finding where I can go. Have you ever tried to figure out why some people, where'd they get that listing? How is it she got another listing? How is it that this person got a listing? I don't understand it. Why is it not me? Well, where's your focus? Yeah, I think I'm focused in the wrong spots. I'm thinking that it's all about cold calling and I don't like it. I think it's all about door knocking and I don't like it. And I don't want to go and ask people if they know anybody who wants to buy or sell. I've got a lot of leads. I purchase leads. Okay. Then you're making those calls and you're doing a follow-up calls. That's an income producing activity. But don't we all need new, fresh ideas sometimes because we can hit ourselves up against the wall and run out of people that want to do anything. So I've got to have all these other ideas. Okay. Learn a new part of a business and look for referral opportunities for a new part of a business. How many of you right now could actually go and learn a little bit more about new construction? What do you mean by new construction? Well, builders right now, they have standing inventory. Okay. People go and visit model homes all the time. Now it's kind of like frowned upon that you hang around and you wait for these people to come out and then you're like, oh, I have a realtor to sell your house. People walk in every day and they're looking at these properties to purchase. Some of them are standing inventory and they don't have a realtor and they need to sell their house. So what do you mean, MJ, about an income producing activity? You need to learn a new part of that business, anything having to do with new construction, so that now you can speak on that new construction, anything that goes on and say, hey, are you a seller that's looking to move into a new home because you want to downsize and you want to have less maintenance? A lot of these properties are offering these low HOAs and they give you a rec room and a pool and a pickleball court and a tennis court, and they have 7 parks and I previewed over here and this is what's going on in this area. And they don't like contingencies. They want to be able to help somebody who's already got their home on the market. Let me share with you a little bit about how it works in new construction and how I can help you. So now you're speaking to that level. Maybe you're doing that on your blog or when you're making your calls or even when you're knocking doors. The idea is learning a new part of a business so that you can look for referrals as well within there, going and talking to the new builders and saying, who do you know? I specialize in this area. If anybody comes in, would you be willing to pass out cards only for this zip code? I know people come in looking and I sell in this area. I'm a specialist here. Oh, I can do that, MJ? Of course. I've watched people do that when I go and preview property and I'm like, oh, I should be doing that, right? I do it now and I've been doing it for a long time. But I learned from them and they would walk in and say, may I speak to so-and-so? I have somebody who's interested, or what do you guys do? They do not have realtors. But if you make connections with who? Those sales counselors, then they will automatically, I listened this last weekend. I went to preview $4 and $5 million properties in a specific area for a client. And I listened to the sales counselor say to them, oh, you need to sell your house before you buy this one. Okay, let me tell you, hands down, you need to work with, I think her name was Annie Wynn or Annie Chen or something like that. She is amazing in that particular area and zip code. If I were you, look her up, call her. All I know is that's her name. Now, she didn't have her cards on her and she wasn't doing any of that, but she was willing to refer. So there I'm like, okay, income producing activity, go meet sales counselors, let them know what you specialize in, that you're there to help them sell those properties, right? And now I'm going to get a new referral. Obsessed with meeting more people, obsessed with how it's going to bring me closer to money than the busy work. Okay, girls? So questions, anything you want to share? This wasn't supposed to be about me. This is supposed to be about group coaching. And Ripsame, you were awesome because we had a nice chat in the beginning, and I really appreciate you sharing. Melissa, anything I can help you with? Anything you want to share, or you have a question, anything scenario you want to go over before we end? I hope this was valuable to you too.
No, it was very, very valuable. Thank you. It was a pleasure. You woke me up. I'm feeling better already.
Oh, I'm so glad you feel better and you continue to feel better and get well. And we'll see you on more events as well and more coaching. And just know that group coaching is really meant for that one-on-one and the group of going through anything that you're struggling with or that you want to go over a scenario. I will always have a topic or a subject to kind of bring to the table so we can strike up the conversation. But I really appreciate, Melissa, too, how you shared that you were having trouble with your time management and structure, because that really is what it's all about, is sometimes our time management just isn't there, right? We just need to focus on that. So anyway, if nobody has anything else they want to share, I think Melissa kind of dropped off and it was a mistake, but I'm open to offering anything. And thank you, Melissa, for being honest about your time management, because I think we're all there. We can all get better at our structure. Okay, no worries if you can't talk, it's not a problem. I'm just so glad that you were here. And I'm really grateful that you were able to come and be part of this.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can. Hi.
Oh, okay. I had to click in and out. It wasn't letting me talk. It was so weird. I think it was my Zoom. Sorry. I kept trying
no
to
worries.
talk.
How can I help?
This is very valuable. Thank you so much. And I'm taking a lot from this and I'm going to apply it. It's going to be recorded and on the Facebook as well, right? To go back.
Yes.
I have the worst time with time management. So, being our own boss, I let everyday things get in the way of my money making. Like, oh, I guys, take care of the house and do this. And, even when I have clients, I'm letting my clients drive me versus driving my day. And I need to get better at that. Like, it's awful. It's, I could be so much better. Like last year was really good for me. I'm a newer agent and I just need to get better at this time management. I'm terrible, like terrible. My husband, he's like the best with time management. He's really good at his job and I see why he's so good. He's able to cut people off and just be like, nope, I got to do this. And me, I continue to talk because I'm a people person and I want to hear and have the conversations. and it's bad, then your day just gets sidetracked, right? So I really need to learn how to get better. But like you said, the 3 things that you're obsessed with, and that's going to drive your business.
Yeah, 100%. And you're in good company. As we all struggle, I'm sure Ripsame would be right there with us, because we should all raise our hands on how we struggle with it. But at the end of the day, your income on a monthly basis versus when you look at it at the end of the year reflects where you are spending your time. We all know that, but you just need to look at it in chunks. So
And
the next 2 weeks, what am I focused on?
I like that. And I'm going to apply that. I think that's going to help tremendously. It's hard. It is an exercise, right? You got to get your routine down, and thank you.
You're welcome. And that was one of the things I was sharing with my buyer's agent and a lot of people that I coach is, when I look at your schedule, I should know exactly what it is you're doing. It shouldn't just say preview property.
Yeah. See, that's what I do. Like, I need to get more specific, right? Yeah.
Yeah, it needs to be really specific. And so then I know exactly what's happening. And so now, of course, she has the coaching. So I'm saying, what are you previewing? Oh, I'm previewing single stories between 670 and 750 in the city of blank. Oh, now I know where you're going, what you're doing. And then I say, okay, now you've previewed. What is your objective after the preview? To talk to 15 people. So I will door knock and talk to 15 people. I'm obsessed with just meeting people and talking to people. And then I will write my summary of what I learned today, and then I will post. Okay. But I know exactly what she's doing. She knows exactly what she's doing. And then when I look at her Tuesday, it tells me exactly what she's doing, and so forth. So the more specific you are, it's like you're telling your assistant. I should be able to look at it and know exactly what you did all week. And then at the end of the week, you should summarize what it is that you did.
I love that. I need to do that. I'm just very vague. No, that's spot on. Because when you're vague, then it's like, oh, well, I'll go do this and then come back to that. And what is it that you're coming back to?
Right, right. And when you summarize it, you have that accountability person that you want to go to and say, I previewed, 25 properties this week. I spoke to whatever. We all know that. It's not like any of this is new. But if you don't have an accountability buddy and you just want to be accountable, maybe to your spouse, your significant other, summarize what you did. How does your week look? I sucked, right? I really sucked. Look at what you did well. Always look at your wins, look at what you did well, so that you can look at what you want to do better the next time around. We don't need to be that hard on ourselves, but I want you guys to focus on what you're obsessed with, and whatever you're obsessed with will definitely represent the income you're going to make.
Love it. Thank you. I appreciate that. I'm going to take all the advice and apply it.
Excellent. Excellent. Well, I'm so glad I could help both of you girls out. I hope it blesses anyone else who's watching. We will see you next week, Tuesday. I will be teaching on the next part of becoming a pricing strategist, part 2, because we really have to change the way we are pricing properties today. And we need to get better at it and be specialists. So that's what I'm talking on next Tuesday. You girls have a great day. Bye, everybody.